Hey there guys, Outlaw Dolphin here, and we're going to step into the first step of our story, of our journey into the story of Dragon Age Inquisition. The idea of this playthrough is, you can tell by the continue there, this is clearly not a blind playthrough. I've put damn near 700 to 800 hours into this game. The purpose of this playthrough is to talk about things that have happened towards the end of the year with regards to EA and other AAA titles for many other games and many other studios. As this is probably my most adored fantasy game to come out of the last 8 years or so, since, you know, the idea that our AAA titles are in danger of scrupulous business techniques and just AAA titles are in danger of the end of fiscal years, when specific companies aren't doing so good. They will rush, they will push on their next big thing, they will push their companies that are beneath them making the next great thing, and it will not be the finished product that anyone wanted it to be. The company that make it, nor us, the consumers that buy it, with day one problems. I love this game, make no mistake, but I am not blind to the problems it has. Specifically that of gameplay and its glitches, and it's kind of like its odd animations. Believe me, the problems of Mass Effect Andromeda were not new problems. They were very much present in this game. And we're to go along with this game, we're going to do probably 80% of the content. We'll do all 3 DLCs, and we'll try to be as an interesting character as possible. I've played a lot of characters in this game. Mages, rogues, warriors. This character will be a human mage. We're not going to go with Canary or Elf or Dwarf or anything like that, because I want to be specifically a mage. I have a specific skill tree build for this character that I've used nigh on time before, and the personalities of this character is something that I'm yet to figure out for myself, so we'll figure out that as we go along. I just know that for the first time I'm going to play a character who believes he is the Herald of Andraste. This will be a religious character, which is not something I've done in any of my playthroughs before. So that's going to be the new thing for me. Who he'll make friends with, I don't know. Who he'll like, I'm not sure. Who he'll dislike, I'm not sure. Romance is not too sure just yet. But we're to go through and talk about the good points that EA have brought through this game, and the bad ones that weren't caught before Mass Effect Andromeda came out. Bearing in mind that that also within the coming days I am going to release a blind playthrough of Mass Effect Andromeda. Let's jump straight in here and let's talk as we go. That is the best opening. There we go, so I figured that out quite quickly. Born to the Trevelyan noble family of Ostwick in the Free Marches, you were originally intended for a life of privilege until magical abilities surfaced at a young age, and you were forced into a life of confinement within Ostwick's circle of magi. Protected but stifled, educated but isolated. The circle would have been your entire future had the mages not rebelled against the Chantry rule. Like it or not, you had to fight for your life against Templars hunting down all free mages. You joined the delegation of mages attending the Chantry Conclave in hopes of negotiating peace with the Templars. It didn't go well. And we're going to go with the basic world state here. So there we go. Not too bad. I've gone with the, I think what's widely considered the B voice option, the deeper voice.
I just hope I can help.
So I've mainly gone with the A voice option. I hope this guy looks like he's clearly a mage. He looks like he's had his run-in with Templars. He looks like he's been into the, like he's been in the fight. He's seen the fight. He's fighting the fight. Maybe that will add to his character. And we will give this one a name. Not Maxwell, but Hasting. I like that. Oh, I'm going to look forward to that. This is going to be great. This is going to be so much fun. I will be editing out loading screens, so you will not need to worry about that. Because I know they are plentiful in this game. So, yeah, no worries there. And here we begin our story. I would rate this as probably the most intriguing introduction to a game I've ever played. I never get bored of this introduction.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead, except for you.
I'm going to remain silent on this one.
Explain this.
We don't know who they are.
Can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him, Cassandra.
Let's see, are we a tough mage? Or all those people? Yeah.
Whatever you think I did, I'm innocent.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then
Go to the fourth camp, Lillian. I will take you to the wood.
what did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
I am playing this on the PS4. As my laptop is doing the recording, it can't record and play at the same time, which is probably a good thing. Dragon Age Inquisition looks better on the PS4 than it does on my PC, than it does on my laptop. So you're getting the better of the two deals here.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion of the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world.
We're clearly in a lot of pain here.
Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
Cassandra doubts her abilities sometimes, but she is an excellent judge of character. She doesn't give in to what you're saying and what you're pleading. Like you say, we say to her, you think I did this to myself, that I would harm myself like this. And she just goes, not intentionally. It's brilliant, I love it. No quarter given by Cassandra Pendergast. There we go.
So if I do what you want, will I live through it?
We have no way of knowing.
We're under a lot of suspicion here. We're trying to defend ourselves
They
here.
have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead.
No.
We lash out like the storm, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed.
I think that's an oversight in what Cassandra says there. She says their leaders died.
I can promise no more.
Their leaders never went to the Conclave. They sent emissaries in their place. The emissaries are dead. The people who want to negotiate are dead.
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than
But not their leaders.
Hasting on the righteous, lights in the shadow.
Open the gate. We are heading into the valley.
When I first played this game, I never felt that there was anything wrong with these animations. I felt that the walk was brisk, the run was as it should be, it covers good distance. I do wish there was a sprint. Sadly, I've yet to find one. If there is one, I don't think there is. I mean, there could be. There's probably just not a button I'm pressing. Oh, you look so sad.
The pulses are coming faster now.
The bigger the breach gets, the worse the thing on our hand gets.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
We will see soon enough. And straight into combat. No. I could never turn off the tutorial. And Fireball. Leave me alone. So I'm going to talk about the skills of what I'm planning to do in a moment. Once we just get through this initial stage. Let's just create some space. I'm not in any danger here. I'm on normal difficulty. I'm not looking to make this hard. We're here for the story and to get through this. Not easy, but I don't know.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
The one thing that I liked about this game is that these unique, you know, if you're a mage, if you're a rogue, if you're a something else, you get specific dialogues depending on your race. So we're going to go with this one.
Do you really think I need a staff to be dangerous?
Is that supposed to reassure me?
I haven't used my magic on you yet.
You're right. You don't need a staff, but you should have one. I cannot protect you. Your life is threatened enough as it is.
So the two, so yeah, so we just get our potions here.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
But the two spells that you're given at the start are probably the two best, considering the skill tree that, you know, you can go down the discipline of just being a specific fire mage, ice mage, lightning mage, or a spirit mage if you wish. They did remove blood mage from the mix, considering I'm probably thinking that that's from a gameplay perspective, because you get a lot of options later with specializations. There's one that I know that we are going to do, so I already know the items of which I need to collect along the way when we get to Skyhold. But yeah, the two spells that you got here are the two spells that that I am going to stick with. I'm not going to use any respecs. I'm fairly confident in the skills that I know that I would like and the perks that come with those abilities. Chain lightning, and I forget what I think this is flash fire. Flash fire will make anything you hit fear you. It also has the specific ability to stagger. It's one of few spells that I found so useful against pride demons, as pride demons are pretty much one of the hardest demons to kill. If you intend to play this on the masochist level, that pride demon is going to be the thing that makes or breaks you, because you don't have a lot of abilities, you're not that great a level, so it's a tough thing to do. But if you're going to do a masochist playthrough of this game, be the mage and stick with the flash fire, as it will stagger it, it will make it fall over, it will stop it from attacking, because it has attacks that can attack. It has attacks that can hit as part of. It's not like an AOE, but it just has a wide hitbox, and it will hit a lot of people, and it will do a lot of damage. So yeah, so these two abilities, stick with them. Don't change them. Don't get rid of them, and certainly do not stick to one type of element as a mage. It will hinder you a lot against specific demons. If you're a fire mage, you will have trouble with rage demons. They're not that powerful, but it will become a problem. Despair demons, which use ice, are annoying to kill if you're an ice mage, and particularly pride demons that use lightning attacks will obviously be immune to any well, not immune, but you know, they just have higher resistances to that specific element, and I'm being hit a lot. Cassandra, protect me.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
So yeah, don't stick to one element as a mage. Be versatile. Be like me, and you will find that even dragon slaying will become an easy task with your mage.
Quickly! Before more come through!
Oh, there's the glitch in the back.
What did you do? I did nothing. The credit is yours.
Literally, in the closing of that breach in the background is a man's waist. No legs, no upper body, just a waist running around in the background.
At least this is good for something.
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark on your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly.
Master key.
It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Your salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be
Foreshadowing.
demons forever. Varric Tethys, rogue, storyteller, occasionally unwelcome tag along.
Aw, you're always welcome, Varric. Are you with the Chantry?
Are you with the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the divine. Clearly that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events. It's good to meet you, Varric.
You may reconsider that stance in time.
Oh, I'm sure we'll become great friends in the valley, Chuckles.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept. You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Suspicious, no?
unlike you, Solus is an apostate.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the faith, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed, regardless of origin.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get through this alive.
Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is a mage, but I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
Oh, Varric, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I do need to jump onto the settings to turn. There's this.
Wait, down the
So I
back.
just jumped onto settings to turn off the persistent gore, because in any game, in any Dragon Age game, it doesn't look good. Being covered in very pixelated, dark red stuff. Just looks like we've been rolling around in the mud. So we can control other characters. I'm going to try and limit that as much as I can to just control Hasting here.
Demons ahead. Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
And let's just engage combat with these guys. I have to press this button. Whoever plays Dragon Age Inquisition like this deserves a medal, because I can't. I tried it, I couldn't even do it in Origins. The turn by turn combat is No, it's not for this game. The combat is just far too quick. Sure, it's a little bit annoying to always be static. We'll change that once we have the ability. We probably have the ability to level up already. But we'll level up once we reach our first rift. And I'll show you what I mean. The idea of just standing static and holding R2, it's fun, and there's great many a way to cheese enemies with it, particularly dragons. Here's your first clue that something's not quite right. This Templar body down here. If you're a Dragon Age 2 fanatic, you will perhaps notice he's wearing a necklace of a red material. It's something I always glazed right over for a long time. But when I notice it, I kind of wonder if that's not a giveaway of what's going on, or if that's poor resources for dead bodies, because dead bodies look awful in this game. Particularly just like when you find a body like this laying around, it looks like they all look like they've been hit by a truck, and they're poorly constructed as well. But that's resources, so it's always going to be like that. Have I left something behind? Nope. Sorry, just using this yellow radar is scanning for items on clicking the left stick.
Are you innocent? I don't remember what happened. That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
He is right there. If in doubt, tell a lie. If you don't know the truth, I mean, if you know the truth, tell the truth, but if you don't know the truth, tell a lie if you're in fear of your life. Oh. God. This is the problem with a mage. If you're... There is a skill that I'm going to take in a moment that will help me not get hit so much. I never really play a defensive mage. I particularly enjoy playing offensive mages, maximizing attack over defense. I tend to let other characters handle the defense, like using the character tactics and having a warrior defend me, or just having another mage around that can buff allies so I don't have to.
We must seal it! Quickly! Incoming! Help us!
Because it's not fun on any level having enemies just stand in front of you, just wailing at you, and you're just waving your staff around. Here we go. Go away. There we go. So I'm not going to go down this tree at all. I'm going to leave that for every other mage that comes on journeys with me. This is for other mages, not me. And we are going to delve rather... We're going to spread this out down each tree. And we're going to stick with those, and we're just going to take Fade Step. And every time... So every time after you take an ability, there's a perk to it. You can change these at any point, so it doesn't matter what one you take immediately, you can toggle it as soon as. Particularly for this one, we are going to do 300% weapon damage every time we pass through enemies. This should be your bread and butter for every single fight.
Rift is gone. Open the gate.
This is what I use to dodge attacks, as there is no dodge mechanic. This will do the job for you. Using this, you can dodge fireballs from, well, any ranged attack from dragons. You watch them build up for an attack, fade step. Pride demons come towards you, fade step through them, fade step through attacks. It's the best tactic.
Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead.
This is a very lovable man.
But they heard all this on the matter.
So none of you are actually in charge here.
You killed everyone who was in charge.
No, I didn't.
Call a retreat, Chief.
Or maybe I did. I don't know.
Is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen, abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
Hmm.
How do you think we should proceed?
You're asking my opinion?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark.
Good point.
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own.
The two options you have here, taking the mountain path will give you a Fellowship of the Rings, Moria mines kind of deal. I prefer to charge with the soldiers as it is quicker.
I say we charge. I won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana,
It doesn't affect difficulty at all. It doesn't affect the experience that you gain. The resources that you pick up maybe, but that doesn't make too much of a difference here. The soldiers have already gone in ahead of you. To think that there was once a temple here. The explosion here must have been damn near nuclear. Hey. There we go. So I also prefer to take this path because you meet Cullen a little bit earlier. Oh, don't hit me. There we go.
How many ribs are there?
There are a lot.
Feel it, we're going to get past.
quickly then!
Oh, and the Fade Step becomes particularly useful against these. I think they're called terrors. Oh! Specifically for that moment there. Terrors have the ability to it looks like that they dig underground and then reappear beneath you. But that's exactly what they do. They reappear beneath you, attacking you. Using Phase Step, once you see yourself get surrounded by the green light, you just you don't get hindered by their attack at all. You don't get staggered by it. You're just gone, and no damage is taken.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoner's doing.
Is it? I heard they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
We'll lose a lot more unless I get to the breach.
Indeed. The way to the temple should be clear. Leon will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make a children. For our sakes.
I mean, the one thing you can say about Dragon Age is that you think of all the characters that they've created over the time through Origins and Dragon Age 2. The one thing that I praise about BioWare is creating lovable and enjoyable characters. Some people can say, oh, but they keep reusing characters over and over and over. Like, Cullen is in every single game. He's in he gets trapped in the tower at Calenhad, and you have to free him from mages, from abominations. And Dragon Age 2, he has a there's a knight captain who turns a bit tyrannical, just a bit, and yeah, he's not had a great time of it. The fact that he's here in Inquisition, I think, is great, because, you know, the stories of Origin 2 and Inquisition are all knitted together. I would hope for Dragon Age 4 to end that storyline,
You're here.
and to end, just to bring all of those characters to a close, and to begin with something anew. Just something a bit more original.
This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm not sure how to even start getting up to that thing.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we'll seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
So we're going to take this walk a little bit.
Now is the hour of the heart.
Evil voice.
Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
I'm just going to take it a little bit slowly so we can get all the dialogue possible.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Beric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on Lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Red lyrium is a tough theory to explain. We'll talk about that more as we go. This green shit, however, I don't know, pops up every now and then.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you.
What's going on here?
We have an intruder. Kill him now.
When you do this as other races,
Were there?
it's brilliant when
And the divine.
that clip says,
This vision true.
"Slay the elf, slay the dwarf." Like you can see that this is clearly an evil guy that looks down on anything
This rift
other than human. So stating,
will be a temporary.
despite that thing's height,
The rift
is human.
and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons. Stand ready.
Oh, Solus, we're blessed to have you with us. Truly. Peekaboo.
Now!
There we go. So
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
it's immune to my chain lightning. Aye. Damn mana recovery. Now I don't yet have to take the perk. I decided to take the Fade Step. The quickest way to do this is to, instead of getting through... Yikes! There we go. He just hit Cassandra. I've not taken the perk that is needed to make a Pride Demon stagger. I don't need it for this. I decided to just take Fade Step and live with it so I can do the damage that way. Ice damage is particular against lightning, I think. I think that's how it works. I tend to use ice staffs against lightning dragons. Tends to be the trick. We're going to have to deal with this pretty quickly. I know that we're going to get these guys. There we go, so just hit them for one. These guys are going to follow you. You just have to grin and bear it. You can only do so much at this point. There we go, come on, come on, come on. There we go. You did? Yep. Let's disrupt the rift once more, knock this guy down, and we're going to revive Cassandra because playing on normal difficulty. Where is she? There we go. Despite a lot of these characters' weaknesses in the beginning, Cassandra actually has one of the best skill trees, one of the best specializations in the fact that she has the skills of a Templar. When you go dragon slaying, you don't have to must. Take Cassandra with you. As oh, don't follow me. Shades tend to not like lightning too much. So to wait for chain lightning is the best step for dealing with them. Through the fact that her focus ability gives everyone guard. It gives everyone guard. That's the perk there. Even mages and rogues, not just other warriors. And there is a way of literally making yourself unkillable using a particular mage ability that's in the Knight Enchanter class, and through Cassandra's abilities as a warrior, to literally become unkillable basically those two abilities are OP. There's no other word for them. They're overpowered. Which comes in handy when you are on more higher difficulties than this. very timid elf girl. But we're not going to judge. Why are you afraid?
Why are you afraid? What happened?
That's wrong, isn't it? I said the wrong thing.
I don't think so.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand.
Yep, we still have that.
It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So, a trial happens now, I suppose?
I don't know anything about that. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Best to always loot this box that she drops. It often holds... Ah, that's the worst. Sometimes you get something nice in there. Sometimes you don't. This is the Game of the Year edition, so I do have Staff of the Dragon, light armor, as well as the Avar and Kunari stuff. So through these 3 days that we've been unconscious, rumours have spread of our heroism and the fact that we've been titled, as the elf called us, a lord. Some people aren't too pleased with everything that with the things that we've done, as they heard that we were supposed to be able to do more. But that's rumours for you. Thank God. If Chancellor Roderick could actually make decisions, we'd all be dead. So Cassandra's changed her mind on us. Roderick has not.
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
Yay.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
Here we go. Thumbs up.
Though all before me is shadow, it shall the Maker be my guide.
We lost everything then. Out of nowhere, you came.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the divine, granting us the authority to act. As of
It looked more like a very big book.
declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach. We will find those responsible, and we or without your approval.
Bye.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now. With you at our side.
Inquisition of old?
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order. But the Templars have lost their way.
Yes, they have.
Those who can do what must be done united under a single banner once more.
What about the Chantry?
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You want a holy war?
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
This is rather strange.
I woke up, certainly didn't picture this outcome.
Neither did we. Help us fix this before it's too late.
Hit the nail. Shifty behavior. Oh, the frame rate. The frames. So there we go, guys. That was the end of our... I'll call this the prequel, as what we just basically done was just a tutorial of the game. It's the opening chapter, so I'll call that the prequel, or prequel's wrong, prologue. So that was our prologue, leading into the beginning of the story of Dragon Age Inquisition. So I believe this will be rather interesting, as I'm going down a road with a character that I've not gone down before, and that is the religious aspect. I never selected that dialogue option before. The one that said that, the one that accepted being chosen, never taken that dialogue option before. So that is interesting for me. This is interesting, very interesting for me. I'm looking forward to building this character, making this character, and seeing what choices this character makes. Okie dokie guys, I'm going to end here. I will see you on the next one.